Gotta charge up. Get my power snacks real quick. My guy Keith, Drew Horn, what's happening, y'all? Happy Thursday. I was hyped. I was at one of my favorite places at the settlement table today. One of the things I tell people I love about being a realtor, I learned the skill set so I also can wholesale at times. Sometimes I can be a realtor. So there's always options for you to pivot and get some money. Let me see. Did it work? Portia?
What's going on?
Nothing much. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you.
What you eating over there?
I got the kids' fruit snacks. My little charge up snack.
I jumped on, so what were you talking about?
So I was just telling them it was dope today. I had a closing for a client, but I was a wholesaler instead of an agent. So I just was explaining like, yo, having my real estate license, I can work in so many different ways. It just depends on what the opportunity and the deal is.
Exactly.
So, today was one of them days I didn't have to wear my realtor hat. I just was the wholesaler. I sat back, connected the people. Boom, done deal.
Yep, that's the benefit of being in real estate, and also having your license to kind of bounce back and forth on what works best for you and what works best sometimes with the client too.
Right, and then in some cases I end up even buying the property, but
yep.
So it's like, yo, you come in and you just listen. That's all I really want to do is get in the room face to face. If I listen, I can figure it out.
Yeah.
As long as I'm face to face. But before we jump into real estate talk, I was just using it as a filler because I didn't know when you was gonna jump on. So being on time, which is dope. But for those who don't know, my name is Anthony Lee, A-Lee Real Estate. I'm licensed in Pennsylvania. My team is licensed in Jersey, Delaware, and Maryland. Tonight we got special guests, the lady boss, the female queen, Portia. Portia, where you from?
West Philly.
All right, so West Philly's Portia. I thought so, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
We glad to have you. For those who don't know Portia, can you just give us a little bit about your background, non-real estate background, though?
You said not a real estate background?
Nope. We want to know about you, Portia. Like, tell us about Portia.
All right. So me, a lot of people don't know I still work my 9 to 5.
Which is dope, which is even doper. So that gave me. I got 3 questions just for that. So.
So before I got my real estate license, I started off with investing. So I'm a landlord. I work full time, and also I kind of jumped in from basically family members investing. So my family invests.
Okay.
So that's really who I am. So I'm an investor, landlord. I like to call myself a landlord because I love being a landlord. I love my cash flow each month. And I work full time. So that's really it. And then I have my realtor hat that I wear. And like you said, we have options where we can wholesale or sometimes buy the properties from clients that we may meet, or we may sell a property to somebody and they may change their mind a few months later. So that's who I am. That's a little bit about me.
Okay. So you ain't give us the part you like going on long walks on the beach. Your favorite color is blue.
I like to travel, but I also like to save my money so I can buy some rental properties.
That's what's up. Well, so let's touch on the beginning part. So you said you became first you were a landlord. So tell us about that first property. Like, how'd that come about?
So after college, I had my degree in psychology and a minor in business. So Anybody who knows anything about psychology, you really have to go and get your PhD to really make some money. So I wanted to make money, but school's not my thing. So I was like, yeah, that's not the direction I'm going into. So I landed into, I'm a recruiter. So I interview people. So still using psychology in some way. But after college, I followed my uncle around, and I'm like, you picking up rent money? Like, I'm 21, right? So I graduated school early. I'm 21. I'm like, rent money, but I'm making like $40,000 a year. Can't save much on that. So I saved for 2 years, and I remember just driving around. The properties that I looked at now are no longer there. They're knocked down. There were multi-families. You know where Fred's is in Southwest?
I do.
It was a multi-family right next door.
All up
Somebody bought it.
an avenue.
What'd you say?
Chester Avenue. Chester.
Yep. Yeah. That property next to Fred's, I had my eye on that for a while. It was a property right around the corner from that.
That's like a 4-unit. That's a 4. So I can't.
Okay.
my folks got that.
Oh.
But they just bought it like in the last 3 to 5 years.
Yeah. So I don't know how long I've been out. I bought my first property 4 or 5 years ago now.
Okay.
So that sounds about right. So I was so disappointed. I'm like, who bought my property? But I followed my uncle around. I really learned the ropes. I did property management for free for my family to learn how to respond to tenants, how to look for tenants. So I just really wanted to jump in. I saved my money to the point where people look at me like I'm crazy. I saved my money to the point where I calculated how much gas I needed to use. I wanted to fill my tank up once a week. So if my girlfriend called me and she wanted to go out to the bar, get some
drinks, had to
get some
pick
food,
you up.
Either you gotta pick me up or you gotta wait until next week because I gotta stay on budget. But I was able to buy my property, pay my construction out of pocket, and that really kind of just jump started everything. Also house hacking. So that's really how I started off. It's just like.
So you bought a multi-family first?
No, single family. My first house, single family.
But you bought it, then you did some renovation to it.
Yep.
A lot or a little bit of renovation?
A little bit lipstick. Because I'm one of those people where I'm not going to just jump in a pool and drown. I might tiptoe a little bit. I might have some floaties on. I'm not going to just jump in. So it was the kitchen, bathroom, the garage door, and that was pretty much it. So that was a lipstick job. But my first contractor, he took my money. Yes. I didn't know anything.
Will Smith him.
He took my money.
We all. So my first one, he took my money, but he showed back up and needed more money, and I gave it to him.
Oh no.
You know, he talking about the budget, and we did this and da 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 da. He showed up in a new van. I know where my money went. But it was my fault. I told him how much money I had, and he made sure the budget ate up everything of what I had.
Yeah, he asked for 50% of the money up front.
Red flag.
Now I know.
3.
Yes. I didn't know anything at the time. So I'm like, okay, 50%.
And you just assume like when you're not a person who gets over. So it's hard to determine.
Yes.
Like until people start get like in this game, like they come with a smile, they come with the brochure.
Yep.
They like, yeah, we got you. Oh, all right, we got you. And next thing you know, they got you.
They got you.
They got your money. Tough one.
So that was my first one. It wasn't supposed to be a long project, but it was a long project.
Okay.
Someone came in, family contractor came in, saved me. But guess what? I still had to pay him.
So you had to pay twice.
Yep. So that was it should have probably been like maybe a 2-month project. It was almost 6 or 7 months because the guy first not bad, but not for a kitchen. Now that I know, no. If someone said come in, this gonna take me 6 months. No, I need somebody. That should take a month, 2 months tops.
Painting a couple cabinets, like yo, that's a 2-week project.
Yeah.
But the dope thing is the fact that you can laugh about it now.
Yeah.
Like it didn't discourage you. And I tell people, it's gonna be rough. It's okay to make mistakes. You might even lose some money.
Yes.
But that's the part of for it's part of the game and get your stripes. Like if everything feels good and it's super easy, you'll never get better.
Exactly. And I said that to myself. I was like, I'm glad that my family, like my grandma, is the backbone for us, right? So she pulled her money out of her 401k, and that's how it kind of jump started everything. So I'm like, at least, they're here and they're here to support me. I never got my money back, and that's okay. But I paid my tuition, quote unquote, right? But after that, it really made me like sit down and say, like, any contractor that come in, I can talk to them and I can talk their language because I'm like, nobody else from this day moving forward is going to get over on me ever.
No, and the messed up thing is, so let me ask you this: do you think that happened because you were female, or do you think it just happened because you didn't know?
I think a mixture of both. Female, being young, so I was 23. So 23, and I didn't know anything. And you can smell a newbie.
New blood, fresh blood on the line, right?
Yep, you can smell them. They can come off as confident as they want, but you can smell them. So I think it was a mixture of all of that. So
you was new. They was, oh, she don't know no better. She young.
Yep, and she got money. She can pay. She's a perfect person.
Look, she said she could pay. She said she got 20,000. Oh
yeah,
yo.
Exactly. So that was my first one.
So what tips or what pointers, like what would you say to somebody just starting out, whether it's male or female, when you're interviewing contractors? How do you set it up now?
So I bring in 4 to 5 contractors. Sometimes I may even bring in 6 to 8. It depends, right? Okay. So get multiple quotes. Talk to people that are in investing, because they'll tell you, if someone says that they can they can rewire your whole house in a week, they can't do that. How is that even possible, right? So make sure you have people around you that you can kind of tap on and call. And make sure that you are willing to learn. So like I stayed behind when the guy was fixing my heater, because I didn't change the heater. The heater still worked. It was on his last leg, but it lasted about 1.5 years. When he was down there fixing it, I asked him every question. What's that? What you putting in there now? What you doing? So make sure you learn everything that you can. Like just be a sponge. That's the best advice I can give. But also pay attention to people. Because if you're paying attention, you'll notice that the contractors that's not writing anything down, they don't have a measuring tape. They pulled up in a Mercedes. Where's your construction van? That's what I want to know. Where's the ladder? So you pay attention to those little things.
No, so I'm cracking up because I had a contractor that had the Benz truck, right? so he made it look halfway like, yo, that's my work truck, because my other truck in the shop. But said they got the big sunglasses.
Those the ones.
They all got the same dress code.
Yes.
The Benz car or the Benz truck, not the in between, Joel. They got a pair of Timberland boots or some white Forces. They wear the Dickies and sweatshirt, and they got the big glasses. They always have big glasses.
Yep.
Like dog, you know, you do roofs, you do plumbing, you do electrical. Like, how do you do everything? You do everything. You do.
I was just about to say that.
You do everything. You do out of this car.
It's my friends know. If someone says, like, I ask them, like, so what do you do? And they say, oh, I do a little bit of everything. They just look at me and start laughing. I hate that answer. I'm like, there's no way you do everything. What do you specialize in? No, for real, I do everything. And I'm like, okay, that's good. Thank you. I'll see you later.
So, and what is it for you? Like, why don't you want the person that does everything? Because I would think I could save money if I get the person that does everything.
You can save money, but you get what you pay for, right? So if they do everything, then not only 9 times out of 10, they're using your money to do the project that was behind you, and then they got to go get another project, and then they can't really balance everything. So they're doing everything. It usually takes longer. It's cheaper, takes longer. But the people that's in and out, your electrician, he's just coming in and wiring the house. That's it. So he's one and done, right? So he comes in, roughing, comes in, does the finishes. So it's just, it makes sense sometimes, like, oh, they can do everything, one-stop shop. But sometimes it's best to get that specialist. They know exactly what they're doing. Because guess what? If I tell you, I'm trying to think, that I can work on cars, I'm on roofs, and I'm a computer engineer, you're going to look at me like I got 5 heads.
Right. That's so, and sometimes, like you said, you kind of got to go through that to realize, like, yo, that's not it. Like, that's probably why, like you said, let the plumber do his job. Yes. But the plumber probably knows the HVAC person, so you could get to the next phase.
Yep.
Or the electrician, but however it go, most of them run and got referrals of the person that's the next person after them.
Exactly. Yep. And that's how you find contractors sometimes. But also, I'm very well known. I'll pull over and go into a house if I see that they're working or they on top of the roof. Can you come down? Let me see. Let me talk to you. Putting siding up. That's a perfect way because you can see people's work. Because people take pictures off of social media, Google. You could go in and see, like, especially finishes. It's hard to find a good finisher, but you can see what it's like. So I'm really good at, like, I'll go in and, like, let me see what your work look like.
Right. No.
Pros, no pros.
Right. Pros. Yep. That's true. Now, so now that you've had the experience, right? You went from the bad contractor to good contractor. You know, now you're living in the property, right? So living in the property, you still got your 9 to 5. What was next for you? Like, how'd you? Or let me pause first. What was your end goal when you initially started with the first property? Like, did you say, I'm gonna buy one property, I'm gonna start buying multiples, or like, what did you think the end goal was gonna be?
During that time when I was going through it, I was like, oh my God, this is it. This is, like, I'm not doing this ever again.
One and done.
That was at first. And then I was like, it's not so bad. You do gotta have some tough skin. But I always wanted on a larger scale, like apartment complexes. I like subsidized housing, so still staying within subsidized housing. So
when you using big words when you say subsidized housing, what?
So government funded housing. So everybody, PHA, Section 8, those houses, right? So it's government funded. So your money is coming directly from the government.
Okay.
So I like that in regards to rental. So I always had a dream of having a senior living home. So having multiple, right? So that was where my mind was after I finished it. I got my tenant inside of it and still thinking about that and getting to that larger goal. So that's where I want to be.
Okay, so once you got the first property and we know where you want to go, how'd you pivot? Did you get a second property, or what did you do after the first property?
First one, so I went to PFCU, investment property straight out. So I put down the 20%. When I'm a saver, I save. So 20%. The second one, I house hacked. So house hacking is where you live in a property for rent free, if you can. I don't know if you could do that now, these prices so high, but rent free, or at least you're paying minimum amount of money, or you might. It might balance out where you have to put no money towards the mortgage. And then the tenants are basically paying your mortgage. So I house hacked to move into my next one. Now, because I was paying my construction out of pocket, I left my equity inside of the house. So now that these prices are so high, now I'm able to pull money out.
Okay.
Here for, hopefully we'll see if this happens, if prices ever go down, or if I run into something now, I can pay cash and be competitive. I don't have to go to the bank. I don't have to go to a hard money lender. I have other options. So that's really how I started to build my portfolio. So I really used I didn't touch my rental money at all. And then I really just kind of lived within my means. I stayed home. So stay with my parents, minimize my bills to really kind of make sure that I'm using my money so that I can eventually leave my 9 to 5.
Okay. No, so you hit like 2 or 3 things right there. I don't know if people peep. You said you didn't live above your means. So as you started making more money, you didn't go get the fancy car. You didn't start doing all this extra stuff. Not extra stuff, but you didn't start, I like to call it balling out prematurely.
Yes. Nope.
So you and then the other thing you also said, you said you stayed at your parents' house as well.
Yep.
So now you was really cutting the overhead and just letting everything in. And then the third thing, you also said that's what it was. That's my you said you didn't touch the rent. Why didn't you touch the rent money? You ain't pay yourself first?
No, you can't pay yourself. Well, some people say you should. I don't think you should. But
well, in the beginning, I'm saying knowing what I know now, I agree with you. Like that first year or 2, you probably should let that money just stack.
Yep.
Because those repairs, the maintenance, and then like you said, if I need to figure out how to get down payment money for the next property, let the other tenant through the cash flow pay for the second property.
Yes, exactly. And that's exactly what happened. But most people do touch their rental money. Have it go into a different account so you don't even see it.
Okay.
So So I didn't touch it, but I'm also, I think it's mindset. Like, you have to be a saver, because if you're not a saver, guess what? When that 1,200 come in, 1,700 come in, 1,800 come in, you like, oh, let me go to Louis and buy a nice bag. You're going to start to touch that money, and you can, because now you got access to it. But
Right.
you got to think about your long-term goal. So it's definitely all about mindset. So that before you even start investing, you got to get into that mindset. If not, you're going to get into that trap. And then guess what? When that tenant call you and say, like, when my tenant, I knew that heater was going to go at any moment. When she called, guess what? I had the reserves for it, and I got it fixed that same day. I didn't have to put it on a credit card or anything like that. So you definitely got to save up.
Nah, so I'm laughing because, again, I was that person, contractor trial and error, and then lack of discipline trial and error. So it was like, I was making money, like you said, you got 15 here, 1,700 here. Then not to mention the agent money was coming in.
Yes.
And then that money was coming in every Friday, every other Friday, like clockwork at one point. Because when I first got in the game, the market was crazy. I was closing crazy. So now I lived in my parents' house first. So it was like the bars, the Gucci belts, the speakers in the car, the stereo with the TV in the car, the clothes, the trips to AC, Ocean City, Maryland. But now, like you said, that for me, it wasn't the heater, it was the water tank. Dead winter, water tank go. And then on top of that, after the water tank, the first floor tenant stopped paying rent for 4 months.
Ooh.
No, North Memphis, I ain't getting no rims. I ain't take it that far. I got the upgraded hubcaps. That's what I had got. I got upgraded hubcaps. But yeah, the tenant stopped paying rent on top. So now you're talking about the mortgage only being paid, but not if I can't save no money, any expenses is coming out my pocket. Then not to mention the file for eviction and pay for landlord tenant court.
Yeah. I had landlord tenant court the other day.
Well, you're going to definitely tell us about that. Look, they're going to say you only live once. Nah, but again, that slowed my progress down. Like, I spent a good 2-3 years trying to dig myself out of a hole from falling out prematurely. I could have been, like you said, up or chilling 2-3 years ago. But I was fixing my wrongs because I was, living a life.
Yeah. Yeah, you could get, especially with the commission coming in as a realtor. It's a lot of money coming in each month, especially with the commission each week. Sometimes days you might have back-to-back days you close.
Right.
Discipline.
Right. It's dangerous. So, and that's where for me it was me having my kids that had me realize, like, oh, this is not my money. Like, it's really not about me. Like, that discipline. To save for a rainy day, like literally save for a rainy day, several rainy days.
Yeah.
Because COVID showed us, like, yo, that was 2 years of rainy days.
Yes.
So, but now I think that's dope. So the discipline to do that, right? So when did the light bulb hit for you to say, yo, real estate is my thing now? Like, this is me. Like, this is my new life.
My first one. After I got through all of that, the tears, the frustration, after I got through that, and I put a tenant inside of the house, and my first tenant, also you got to think, I'm 23. My tenants are older. So now we bumping heads, because now I can possibly be your kid. So having to learn all that, having to really navigate through that, it's like, all right, it's not that bad. And it's like, all right. But Bully always say this. Thomas always say this. He's like, it's like you getting jumped. you either going to fight back or sometimes you got to take some blows, but you learn from it. But it's like you said, it's not about me. I have a 6-year-old little cousin. And so she gets to now follow everybody around with the properties, and she's creating blogs and stuff like that. But I take her into Floor and Decor, and you think she might be in Toys R Us the way she running around and picking stuff out. She walked in, like, this is a danger hazard. You need a handrail. And she's 6. She's very, very smart. But it's those moments where I'm like, she said the other day to my dad that she wants to be a landlord like me. And my dad was like, no, of course she's a developer. And she said, well, I'm going to be a developer.
That's what's up. That's
what you got to think about when you like, oh, let me spend this money. I just got all this extra money. Like, it's not about me. It's about all the generations after me and how my little cousin, she's going to be a mogul. Like, I can't wait to see what I always say she's going to be in Thailand somewhere.
She's going to be the one.
Yes, on a yacht somewhere, but she's going to be building skyscrapers.
Right.
And that's what it's really all about for me. So I think you got to find what your why is. So my dad always said behind, like, whatever you do, what's your why? Like, what are you passionate about? So that's what keeps me going.
No, that is dope. Like, seriously, Portia, that's really dope. And the fact that she's only 6, and like the funny thing is, like, I talk to a lot of kids at different schools. So it's like when you go to the schools and you realize the lack of exposure, or the things that it's not their fault that they don't see it, because again, the people before them didn't see it, whether they wanted to or couldn't. Yeah. So you can't expect them to do but so much or expect but so much because they don't see but, anything from 56th to 57th Street.
Yeah.
22nd to 21st. That's all they know. So the fact that you're exposing her to this at the age of 6 and she's talking about handrails, tiles, subway tiles, and landlord and development, like, even my thing would be, even if she didn't do real estate, the fact that she knows and she has those disciplines, it'll carry on to whatever she does at some point.
Yeah. I had to convince my uncle. He bought a house, and my grandma had a fit too. I was like, can she come? And I represented my uncle, of course. So I'm like, take her out of school. I'm going to print the papers out for her so she can sign. She couldn't even really write at the time. But she was on YouTube. So I'm like, put that down for a second. She signed the papers. But now it's been about 2 years. She just me asked, like, how do I get a house? Like, how do I qualify for a house? And she watching, like, them build Wawas and stuff like that. And she's interested. So it's amazing. Because at first I'm like, she's not paying attention to us. But she really is.
Nah, they absorb it at this age. And the fact that now, like you said, she's going different places, but she's not, like, some people would just pay attention to, they hanging out on the corner, or that's the liquor store, or that's the toy store. But no, she's looking at how we ride down the street. Where's the opportunity? Yep. Any neighborhood, any city I go to, I can spot opportunity because I spot real estate.
Yep.
So I mean, for real, in a perfect world, like, she probably could start getting to $1 when she turned 13 and whatnot.
Yep. She go pick up the rents and stuff like that. We bring her when we have got to pick tenants and stuff like that. We bring her in and she walks the people around and shows them.
Give them a tour.
Got the confidence too. So
that's what's up. Well, you said y'all, we don't want y'all. You ain't picking up no more rent in 2022, Portia. We not doing that.
We do it on purpose. We do it on purpose. That's why. So she could go pick the money up. So then what we do is we take it a step. But when I'm around, we take it a step further. Like, she got to put money towards, she got to pay her mortgage. She got to save some money.
Okay.
If she want to go buy toys, and then she got to reserves when I say save. And then she also has to put it into her savings. So then she goes to the bank and she deposits her money. So it's steps. That's why we do all that. So
I get it. I'm just,
I know.
It's dangerous out here.
It is.
If you can't get if you're not on apartments.com or some type of rental manager system, you can't be my tenant no more. I had my 2022, all my tenants got mad at me because I'm like, nah, like, you're not talking to me, you're not seeing me. My man had to tell me, he was like, yo, you think you special? I'm like, what you mean? Yeah, I'm special. He said, oh, what you think, you Donald Trump? I'm like, no. He was like, well, you don't go to Trump Towers and talk to Donald, so why do your tenants talk to you? I was like, you got a point.
Yeah.
You talk to management. You don't talk to me. Or like my man ends up, you talk to Huey talk to me, but you talk to Huey.
Yep. I stopped telling people I'm the landlord.
And look, and now they don't even argue with you like they did before, right? They don't give you that same energy, especially like you said, you're young. So like talk about managing tenants in that age gap, or just people in general? Like, do you like, oh, I want to be respectful type time, or like, how does that, like, but then they get disrespectful kind of thing? Like,
yeah, so I had to learn that, like, because of course we're taught as humans to be respectful to your elders, because some of these people could be my parents,
right,
my grandparents, but it's still business at the end of the day, right? So I still miss whoever it is, Mister. But I need you to know I'm still about my business. You still pay your rent.
your rent is still late,
Yeah,
buddy.
like Mr. Owen, your rent is still late. So you can still be respectful, but it's still business at the end of the day. But even sometimes I get a lot, you own this house, you so young. And I started to realize that, and I'm like, I live in a neighborhood. I gotta be careful.
Well, that, and I think the messed up part again to the exposure. You talking about adults who still haven't been exposed to
Yep.
ownership,
Yep.
and they look at you sideways like you did something wrong because they never took the steps to do something right.
Yep.
So again, I commend you. I think that's dope. So how many years we in now?
This is year 4.
Super dope. All right, so year 4. So we just doing all rentals, or are we doing flips too?
I did one flip with my uncle, but I like rentals.
Why? What's the good and bad?
Taxes one for a flip. But I like the consistent income. Like, I like that I own a property. I can pull, like, for instance, my first property I ever bought, like, a huge company is being built right across the street
From the building.
from the building. If I
Okay.
say it, then people won't know where the damn house is. Ooh, excuse me, I didn't mean to curse. But
I got an idea. I won't.
but it's a big a large company that we
Right.
all shop at, that's building something. I didn't know that 4 years ago, but guess what? My value just went up. So perfect time to pour some equity out.
Definitely.
So I like to buy and hold because you have the leverage of either you don't even have to pull, you don't have to go refinance, you can go get a HELOC and have access to money. And if your goal is to go buy more properties and even do flips, you have access to money. Or if you have another business, you can use that to fund your other business. Right? So, like, for instance, I'm using some of my refi money to fund my real estate business. Right? So it's just having, like, I say, buy land or not making it anymore. Like, really buy land, because it's an asset, and it's also, different things with depreciation and stuff like that with taxes, but we ain't gonna get into all that. But I just it's a long-term game, and you might not see the impact. And like I said, my goal is for the people after me, and after those people, they get the benefit from it.
Okay. So if I'm starting out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where are you telling me, like, yo, these the top 3 or 5 things I need you to do in order to get started and to be in position?
Ooh, that's a good one. Top 3?
Mm-hmm. Because I'm saying top 3, top 5, because I want people to be able to wake up tomorrow. If I had to wake up tomorrow and say, yo, I'm gonna be in real estate, what are the things I need to prioritize to do first?
Mindset. I think mindset is the first thing. And that comes with, like, educating yourself. I just made a video before, I'm gonna post it on my page, doing your due diligence, being knowledgeable, being aware of who you are. If you're not a good saver, maybe bringing a partner that's a good saver, like knowing who you are. So mindset, definitely, I guess knowledge is behind that. Being knowledgeable, and then just get ready. Like, get ready. It's not an easy role.
Okay.
And then having money, right? Having money is the biggest thing. You have to have money. You cannot go into this and say, oh, I got $10,000. You have to have money.
But on Instagram, they always telling me I can do it with no money. They always say 0 money down. I can do real estate with 0 money.
You can. Yeah, you definitely can. You could use credit and different things like that. But for me personally, like, I think that you should have money saved up, because what if you have a HELOC and the bank pulls it? And a HELOC is a home equity line of credit. What if you have credit cards? What if you max all those credit cards out? But what if your construction budget goes over? Like,
And it
you
will
have to have money. Like, you have to have a savings.
Right.
You can't, like, some people use credit cards, and I give it to them. That's just not my thing.
That's a lot of pressure every month when it's a bill due every 3 days. On top of it's the rehab project.
It's a lot. It's like, and that's why I say mindset. Like, not only like financial literacy, but also mindset of dealing with contractors, dealing with delays, dealing with L&I, dealing with different personalities. As a woman, I get hit on a lot. Like that, like all of that stuff.
They in real estate, they keep it professional, don't they?
I had some things that happened to me. I'm like, this has where's the cameras at in here?
So they be at the house with the shirt all open, like, how you like this? How? Let me help you with that, little lady. That's how they be hitting you with all the lines. I know how the old heads be talking too.
Yes. But I would say those 3 things: money, mindset, and just get ready. Like, get ready.
So would you recommend the first property house hack, or should we go LLC, save 25%, and try to do a big rehab project?
House hack, cosmetic.
Cosmetic. Okay.
Do not, like, I can use one of my clients for an example. Like, I always advise especially new investors, like, unless you have the resources, then go ahead and jump in if you want. Like, if that's just like, some people just want to take that risk, but if you don't have all the resources and you don't know how to really navigate everything, don't just jump in the pool and think you're going like
be out
here to the top real fast. Like, you're going to have to fight to get up there. So cosmetic, kitchen, bathroom, floors, roof, right? Don't go in and it's foundation issues. No. At least not for me. I can't do it.
Your 3-month rehab would turn into a 12-month rehab real quick.
Might be even longer than that if you're messing with L&I.
I got one client with that right now. They like on 1.5 years.
Yeah,
two. But the first one, they got it on the market and we under contract, so they about to come up out of there. But the other one, they still rumbling. L&I is just. Yeah. I just got done rumbling with L&I. They 4 months. L&I.
Yeah.
For make safe.
Ooh, for make safe.
Yeah. So it was on top of. I didn't even get to the building permit part yet. So So that's tough. So. And then, so your long-term goal, you mentioned, I don't know how much you want to talk about it. You said initially you want to open up senior living or assisted home cares?
Senior living. So thinking about like SSI, SSD, those individuals, again, they're getting their money from the government. That's my long-term goal. I have a vision in regards to like what it looks like and stuff like that. So the type of like amenities.
Is it private or can we hear it?
It's private.
So can I push a little bit? And I'm saying that somebody else probably shares your vision. Somebody probably knows somebody that's doing it. And this is how we connect the dots. I'm just saying, I'm not saying I want to, I'm just saying, I promise you, this is how we connect the dots.
All right. Just because you said that. So I'll give some of it, not all of it.
Okay.
Because my grandma always said, don't tell everybody all your business. But so thinking about like, so one is a shortage of houses. And when you think about somebody that's older, that's on SSI or SSD, is very low income, right? So they either typically are on Section 8. It could be a vet that's on SSD. So being able to have a facility, but in regards to like a one-stop shop, like you don't have to leave my apartment complex. It's staff on inside of the facility. There's a grocery store, so like commercial front at the bottom. So like I have a whole vision around it, but the purpose is still low income, right? Because I do Section 8, but also they're guaranteed their checks each month. So guess what? 9 times out of 10, I'm guaranteed my money. income each month.
So can I share?
Sure.
So I'm saying I'm on the same type of stuff. So I've realized that real estate is great, but I don't want to be the landlord with 100 properties, right?
Mm-hmm.
Rather have just say 20 properties, but I'm dealing with a program or some type of business within it that's going to maximize my cash flow. So I'll make what the person with 100 doors is making, but I'm really doing it through a business. But on top of that, now you got the equity in all the assets from the properties to keep drawing other sources of income into the cash flow. One of the people you might want to talk to, I'm gonna send you her DM.
Okay.
She's Baltimore, Miss Keontae. So she does. I went to an assisted living seminar this weekend.
Okay.
So between that, the adult daycares, you know, but even what you're talking about, like there's other programs that you get paid by the day, not by the month.
Oh.
So imagine you're making, I'm saying $100 a day because these people live in your house. And that's the cheap, the slight version of it.
Right.
You know, but you know, then to your point of your commercial storefront, the lady was telling me at the event, like, yo, if you had the commercial space with the seniors, you know, they come to the adult daycare 4 or 5 hours out the day. I think they get paid like $60 to $120 per adult to come stay in your facility just during the day hours.
Wow.
Then if you do transportation, you get paid to transport them back to their homes. But for you, they live in your quarter. So if they go from daycare to already living, so you got paid for them living in your property, then you got paid for them coming to your day program.
We gotta talk.
So that's why, like, yo, I'm with you. Like, I don't share everything, but it's token, like, I'm saying you in the family. We did the live now, so you in the blueprint. I mean, so we try to plug and play. Cause look, whoever get there first, I need you to throw that thing back, throw that rope back. Like, yo,
come on.
You know, we got. Look, line of credits, tenants, whatever it is. Somebody said they need. Somebody got it.
Yep.
So you know, but that's dope, and I think that's dope that you're family oriented in regards to pop, uncle, niece, grandma. You know, like you said, it sounds like y'all old school grandmoms. You know, them Sunday dinners,
yeah,
birthdays. They at grandma's house. Everybody pull up. So you know, that's what's up.
Yep. I always joke around because there's such a big gap, age difference with my little cousin and me. So when everybody get older, I always say they want to live inside of the apartment complex. They all gonna be on the first floor.
Y'all last name, that's gonna be the wing right there. Like, yo.
Yeah. Yep. So I always joked around and said that to them, like, come on, keep helping me because I gotta take care of all y'all.
Right. No, it's like, yo, like, you know, I'm gonna put you in a home, but it's gonna be my home.
Yeah.
No, that's what's up. That's what's up. So, and then you also got your real estate license. We kind of skipped that part, but you also got your real estate license. So, what made you get your real estate license, and then how has that helped you?
So I originally got my license because we had a realtor and we were paying him, of course, and we were buying at the time. That's like my grandma and them, they were buying properties, lipstick jobs for like $20,000, $15,000. I said, I skipped college and went to go buy some properties, but they were buying at the time like 3 or 4 properties a year. My uncle went to school, my aunt went to school, and they didn't finish. I was the youngest. So my grandma, I wanted to do property management, and that's why I did it for free for the family. My grandma was like, we didn't know at the time, like, you got to go to school and get a license. I'm sure there got to be a license that you have to get. So I went and got my real estate license, and I was like, oh, I'll just use it when somebody in the family buying the property, when I buy properties. And then I started to get clients, and I was like, I like working with investors. So that's really how it started. I did not intentionally get my license to like actually be a realtor. Okay. But I started to enjoy it, and I would say like 90% of my clients are investors. Like that's who I target. That's who I work with to help really build generational wealth with them. So that's
it works for you to deal with investors because you are an investor, so you understand what they're trying to do. I tell people all the time, they're gonna work with you because they trust you, 1, but 2, they see what you do and they're inspired. So they're like, yo, if you can help me, help me. Now I can make money with you by you helping me. It's a win. It's a win-win.
Yep. Exactly.
Okay. So will you work with like new investors or you work with seasoned investors?
Both. So I have a lot of new investors that come to me, and then I also have my seasoned investors. They're mostly out of state. Like I got a guy in Cali, New York, a lot of New Yorkers, Delaware, Jersey, still like the tri-state area, but definitely I like new investors because if they're prepared and they're in the right mindset, then is I enjoy educating. So not only am I helping you, but I'm also educating you on the other side as an investor. And I always joke around with my clients. Any of my clients on here, I always say, like, let me take my realtor hat off and I put my investor hat on. So I like working with both. It doesn't matter as long as you really are interested in getting into real estate, then I can help you as best as I can.
Okay. That's what's up. Well, that's definitely dope. So if anybody wants to reach you, or how do you prefer people contact you? Email, the DM?
Yeah, you could DM me. Might be a little slow getting back sometimes, but the best thing to do is to go onto my website.
Okay.
It's on my my bio. Go onto my website. You can sign up for a consultation call, and my cell phone number is also on there, so you can call or text me.
Okay. So now, and I was telling them, make sure you DM for real estate. Don't be like the contractors trying to slide in the yo, what's up with you stuff.
Please don't.
Y'all heard her. She said, yo, keep it professional, please. So also, can you share? I always ask this question. You got to give us your favorite 3 podcasts or your favorite 3 books, whether it's mindset, business, or even just, self-improvement.
Okay. Definitely. But Aisha has a book, but she also has her newsletter. So Aisha Sheldon.
Yeah, I don't know about the newsletter. I know about the book, Month and Mill.
It's a monthly newsletter. It's $10 a month, but it's worth it. And I think it's a mixture of like mindset, wealth, education, and she's talking our language. Like it's not big words. It's just like straight to the point. Like if you follow Aisha, like definitely sign up for her newsletter. I would say that it's not a book, but or a podcast, but I would definitely say that her Mud to Millions book was good too. New investors, I would say Better Than Success. Her podcast is really good. Nicole Purdy.
Yep.
And also she has a lot of resources. If you are a member, I joined. I think it's really, really good for new investors. There's a lot of information. But she does like deal hunting and different things like that. So I think that's a good resource. And the third one, I would say, something just came to mind. I completely lost it. I would say, I like Rich Dad Poor Dad, but I also like his book. It's called Quadrant. It shows you
cash flow quadrant, right?
What did you say?
Cash flow quadrant.
Yeah, so it shows you where you are in regards to like being an employee, being self-employed, being a business owner, and what's the last one?
I ain't gonna lie and tell you,
investor, I think.
Okay, yeah.
So it's different quadrants that we're all in, and he shows you. I would say you can read Rich Dad Poor Dad. That's a good start, but I like that book if you eventually want to be a business owner, because even self-employed, like we still have to, our time equals money.
Right.
A business owner, your time doesn't equate to your money. You have a business that's operating for you. You don't have to touch that business in order for you to make money. You're literally making money while you're asleep. So where are you in those 4 quadrants? And if you eventually want to have the freedom, right, and not just financial freedom, but the freedom to go to your son's basketball game, the freedom to just hop on a flight if you don't have any kids and go to Hawaii somewhere, right? So whatever that looks like for you, where are you in those 4 quadrants? And are you still an employee? Or even if self-employed, we're still considered quote unquote kind of employees because we have to work in order for us to make money.
Right.
So I would say that's a good one. And sometimes watching his videos, I think with everybody, you take what you can utilize from everybody, and you kind of make it your own, what makes sense for you.
Right.
Everybody doesn't, their blueprint is not your blueprint. And that's what I tell my clients all the time. It's a lot of information on Instagram, YouTube. You can find as much information as you can. Take what you can from everybody. Talk to everybody, but make it your own. Whatever works for you is for you.
I like that. So I'm going to let you know now, if you see this snippet just replaying on Instagram and on people's, on what's that page? When it be trending on the Explorer page?
Oh, yeah.
Let you I took that and I made all kind of things from it. Just let you know now. That last bit, that was it. That was it right there. Because I think a lot of people get caught up in the hardest part. They might compare your 4 years to their first year, or my 5 years, 6 years, whatever, to their second year. And it's like you said, everybody's journey is different. You could achieve it took me 7 years and 2, but also you could still be struggling. But don't compare your struggle now to what I struggled through already, or what you struggled through.
Exactly. Yeah.
And remember to be just kinder to yourself through this journey, because again, it don't happen overnight, and you can't really gauge how other people are going to do based on the things that you want. Everybody's not going to conform to what you want. Exactly. So just be prepared. And Day Bailey, they asked, Better Than Success, Nicole Purvey, what was her podcast?
Better Than Success.
Okay, the podcast is called Better Than Success. But if you check out Nicole Purvey's IG, you'll be able to find all of her stuff. She got a YouTube page, podcast, all that stuff for sure. So that's what's up. So we definitely appreciate that, Portia. Is it anything that you feel like I didn't tell the people, or that you didn't get a chance to share, that you like, yo, they need to know this before I go?
I think a lot of people don't know what it's like to be a landlord. Like I don't see a lot of people touching on that. And I'm going to start to talk about it a little bit more. Like, landlording is not for everybody. And you can, not saying don't buy rental properties. Buy rental properties. But I'm saying is sometimes being a it's a skill set that you have to be a landlord.
Okay.
And you might have to hire a property manager. But even with the property manager, you still got to manage the property manager. So making sure that you understand what it's like being a landlord. Like, definitely take the time and really think about what that looks like for you.
Okay.
Finding the right tenants, because we talk a lot about contractors and how contractors can make or break you.
Right.
It can make or break you. And they will stress you out, trust me.
Right. So even that is how I bought my first apartment building. The tenants were stressing them out. They weren't paying, and the partners couldn't agree. So they ended up discounting the house so that I dealt with the tenants. So like you said, that stress of being and I remember in the beginning, landlording wasn't fun. That's what made me go to flipping. I stopped buying rentals because I was stressed out from the tenants. But now that, like you said, I got a property manager in place, I don't talk to him. So we cool.
Yep. So you have to know who you like, and that's it. Going back to the top 3 things: know who you are, your mindset, prepare yourself.
Yeah, I don't got the patience. I know my thing is, you can't call me about the door handle hanging the door because you was swinging off of it, or y'all was skating in the apartment. It's not gonna go well with me. It's bad. I don't got the patience for it no more. So.
And they called me because the light bulb went out, and she's like, where do I go to find a light bulb? Like, what type of light bulbs did you get? And I was like, oh my gosh. My gosh.
So I had a tenant not change the light bulb because she said she didn't have a step ladder to change it. So she just didn't have one in the kitchen. So when we did the inspection, it's like, yo, why do you got this big old lamp in your kitchen? It's in your, this is a bedroom lamp, not a lamp for your kitchen. Oh, I didn't have a step ladder. But you got Louis, Gucci, Prada, you don't got a step ladder to change the light bulb?
You like, and you can't get attached to your properties. I had to learn that quickly. Like, cause
Which,
so think about it, right? You spending your hard-earned money, you sacrifice a lot, right? And you come in, you just finished your rehab. It's 2-3 months later, might be a year later, and the house is not in good condition.
right, true.
And
Don't
you
don't
like,
don't
what's
take
going
it personal.
on? Yeah, you might take it personally. You might be upset, or you could be going through the eviction process and they messed your whole house up because they're angry that you're evicting them.
Right.
You can't take that as business. You can't take it personal.
Right. So I tell people now, I call people tax write-offs. Like, yo, I'm not beefing. It is what it is. It's part of the game. It's
Yeah.
part of.
Yep.
But that's why we got reserves and we got backup credit cards and whatever just to deal with these things.
Yep. Somebody, I had posted one of my tenants. It was like build up here inside of the tub, and people were DMing me like, "Did you charge her? Did you charge her?" And I'm like, "No, it's a like." I'm like, "She's been here for 4 years. It's
Right.
part of the game, and guess what? She still technically is paying for it, and I'm gonna write it off." And you also have to know your tenants. Like I have Section 8 tenants, so you got to pick your battles.
Right.
Her this $500 bill, and I already know that she low income, she doesn't make a ton of money, and she still got to pay rent. You got to pick your battles.
So one thing I say about the hair, I had to learn that with my own wife. So you got to get that stopper, but the joint with the holes in it.
Yeah,
because it's inevitable. Be glad that they take showers and wash their hair. You know what I mean? So you got to put the preventative things as a landlord. You got to landlord proof your property.
Exactly. And that comes with time, right? So that was my first house. That comes with time. And you learn those little nuances. And that's why I, quote unquote, volunteered to be the family property manager, to learn who to call.
Right.
If the hot water tank goes out, it doesn't mean go buy a hot water tank like that. You better problem solve and figure out how you get it turned back on. So you start to learn those things as you go on. Or if you don't, at least having somebody that you can call and say like, "Hey, what's going on with this?" or "What should I do?"
Got you. Well, no, that's definitely good. So are you going to be dropping a course, dropping a book? What's going on with the landlord teaching that you got going on? What's that?
I've been working on a book. I gotta write it. I just gotta write it. So a book, and I'm in between. I think I want to have like a women's brunch about business. So now that I said it, I got to do it.
I was going to say, why we got limited to women? I'm saying, why we can't all come hang out? We can't.
Maybe I'll open it up. I don't know. But I do a vision board party with my immediate friends every year.
That's dope.
They gave me the idea to like, Portia, you do this every year, like, and I go out, like I buy one of my girlfriends on here. I buy, I'll do decorations, I'll make a theme, and then I make everybody go around and explain what their goals are. At first they hated it when we was younger. Now I think they enjoy it a little bit more. But so I kind of want to like branch off of that and start to just bring all of us together. So maybe the men can come. We'll see.
So I'm saying, even if you keep it to women, I'm saying, yo, if you need help, let me know.
Okay.
I could be a assistance one way or another, whatever you need, even if I'm just holding the door, whatever. But let me know, because I guess I'm just all about the environment, and that was really my level up in the last 2 years. I got in the right circles and started networking, and you'd be surprised. Yo, he put you on, she put you on. Next thing you know, y'all plugging and playing. Y'all got 50K lines of credit. Y'all got credit cards here. Y'all get properties for the low, or getting deals that you ain't know about before you start hanging with such and such. So it's like, yo, we need them rooms, because again,
you do
how you want to impact somebody's life, and then how they can also sow into your life. So I'm just saying, I'm here, Portia. I'm here.
Right. I'll think about it, but no, I'll definitely tap into you, and if I need help or using some resources, definitely.
All right, I'm just saying, we got the whole investment blueprint. We got some ladies
I know. Yes, I know. I seen the team.
Yeah, they eager to learn. They definitely eager to learn. And I like chicken and waffles, so that's the other reason why I want to come. I was at Tom's restaurant yesterday. So, you know, it's like, all right, let me know.
Yeah.
But we definitely appreciate it. So 2022, we holding you to it. If I don't see it like in the next 3 months,
all right. Now I gotta do it.
Right, we right at you. We right at you, Portia. So, you know, but definitely thank you again. Definitely wishing you nothing but luck and congrats again. Super dope story, super creative. Your niece,
Little cousin. Yep.
your little cousin. So my my sons will be taking over the interviews, and then I'll be interviewing her. So
yeah. Yep. Exactly.
well, thank you again. We appreciate it. Any last words?
Just keep pushing, y'all. Like, definitely, if you want to get into investing, keep pushing, and like Ian said, like, get around the right people. Like, make sure you're around the right people and mindset. Like, definitely.
Yo, you push mindset all night, so I want y'all to get your minds right, because that's what you need in order to deal with half of the stuff that go on.
Yes, definitely. I wanted to pull my hair out a couple times. I was like, this can't be it. This can't be life.
Like, yo, you ain't tell me about this part.
Yeah. But I don't think they had it as hard as it is now. Like, my grandma, we joke around all the time. Like, she went a house cosmetic for like 50,000-60,000. And I'm like, Grandma, in your neighborhood, yeah, the lot across the street is going for that. Like,
right.
So, but yeah, somebody said mindset of everything. It is. It really is. Even like, I could go into other stuff, like even emotionally and like our community and stuff. Like, our mindset is just talking to yourself. It's important.
So I'm saying we're gonna say that for a part 2 live.
Okay.
Because that Tracy talks about that.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever we talk about it, like you said, it just to open up that mind with that stuff is a whole nother level. We didn't talk about no money stuff. The whole mind, spirit, when that get in sync, whoo. So yeah, so definitely. All right, well, so now I gotta note. So now we gotta do part 2, and we gotta do your brunch. Okay. So let you know, you did all of this. I didn't say it. So we'll be talking again. Just like
all right.
All right, so thank you again, Portia. Enjoy, and definitely congrats again on killing it, and wishing you best of luck the rest of this year.
Thank you so much. You too.
Thank you.